Reviews 12 March 15. Welcome to the chair reviews. Welcome to the chair reviews. Chair reviews. Greetings. And as the song says, welcome to the chair reviews, where Plonker tells you about films he's seen this year, and he does the singing. He does a little singing. Cheers. Not bad, not bad. Right, let's go right in. Cinema, a couple of cinema films this week, and a couple of DVDs, and whatever will unfold. And the first one is a film that I got to the cinema, and the usher went, "Really?" So that's good. He doesn't think I'm an old git. But this is the hang on. This is the best Exotic Marigold Hotel. It's a charming film. I really enjoyed it. Saw it on DVD a year back or so. Judi Dench, Bill Nighy, Tom Wilkinson, Maggie Smith, Penelope Wilton, Ronald Pickup, Celia Imrie, and Dev Patel. Lots of pensioners go to India. The hotel's a bit crap. Eventually everyone has a nice time, and they find something there. And I've been to Jaipur, and I enjoyed that part of it because it is a nice city, one of the nice places in India. There are many, but this is one of them. So I went to see the second best Exotic Marigold Hotel. Got pretty good, fair reviews. I thought, yeah, why not? They're a nice bunch. I'll go and have a look at it. So what happens this time is Dev Patel's character, he was the hotel manager. He's been pushed kind of to the centre. And it's his wedding that the whole film revolves around in 3 acts. And most of the old guys are there. Tom Wilkinson is not there. He is the guy. He's in Batman, and he's in this recent unfinished business crap. But he is. I love Tom Wilkinson. He's brilliant. He's one of our best actors. And he's in the original Batman Begins. He's the guy. Don't come to me with your anger. That guy. He's fantastic, and he's lost. His absence is sorely missed. He's felt, dumbass, but he's missed. What happens is, it all revolves around his wedding, and the guys are doing their thing. Judi Dench has got another job, and Bill Nighy's trying to woo her. And Ronald Pickup sort of accidentally puts a hit on his girlfriend. And then that storyline fizzles out, and he's sort of chasing after her. Richard Gere turns up, and that's right, the Dev Patel's character is also trying, as well as his wedding, he's also trying to buy the second best Exotic Marigold Hotel and sort this deal out, and he thinks that some people are coming to see him to grade his hotel. He thinks that's Richard Gere. All comedy, mistaken identity things, or is it, or isn't it? La la la. At the beginning they go to see David Strathairn with Maggie Smith. David Strathairn, another actor who I think is fantastic. He's the head of the hotel corporation that might buy into it. Tamsin Greig turns up, and can you imagine, can you get the feeling here? Who the bloody hell are all these people? So many characters in this film. So while there is still some charm, these are nice people to hang around with. Judi Dench, fantastic. Bill Nighy, of course, he's marvellous. I love my accents. They're all good. They're all good people to be around. Dev Patel slightly less so. He's doing a sort of carry-on Indian performance, really. But there's so many of these people. Even for a 2-hour film, you don't get enough time to connect with them. It really feels like it should be a 6-part Channel 4 documentary series on a Sunday night kind of a thing. There are so many people in this, and you kind of touch base with them. Amex words. About every 10 minutes, and you go, yeah, this guy's in it as well. I forgot what he's doing. And they all are going through this story. They're all sort of equal. It's just hard to focus, really, and it's also hard to care a little bit. And you're just thinking, what the hell are all these people doing in this film? So yeah, it loses out because of that. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, and not only are they all in it, there's not one of them that's doing something funny. They're all trudging towards this epiphany. Like this, they already had an epiphany in the last film. They're all going towards this new one, this new massive moment, which all kind of happens at the same time as each other. And it's just wearing, and it just, I don't know, it just doesn't really connect. That said, as I say, Jaipur is lovely. It's a lovely place to see. The actors are all still wonderful. The script isn't bad. It's I wanted it to end a little bit sooner because it's 2 hours is quite a long time. But a light-hearted film, you're 1 hour 40. That's your max, I say. I'm going to go with a low chair. The other week I was thinking, did I invent low and high chairs for no reason? Because everything was a high chair. Now they're all low chairs. So there's nothing bad. It passes the time. I couldn't heartily recommend it until you're 64. When you're 64. But it's fine. You know, maybe my expectations were a little bit high. Maybe the big screen, I saw this on DVD. Maybe the big screen didn't quite have it for me. But I think it's because of the points that I raised. Too many bloody characters, really. And too many epiphanies. So, that's a low chair for that. I'm all linked up this week because Dev Patel is also in the second film of this week. The film I just got back from cinema from seeing, and that is Chappie. Neil Blomkamp's Chappie. Oh, can I do a cover? Yeah. Right, Neil Blomkamp directed District 9. The really, really good South African film about aliens. Yeah, it's bloody good. Then he directed Elysium. Less successful with Matt Damon. A little bit too po-faced, I think. It still had a bit. I think the hardware in his films is fantastic, and it is. I'll go on to say in this film as well. In Chappie, I am Chappie. If that's annoying, you wait till you see the film. So yeah. What it's about is Dev Patel's this scientist. He's trying to create an AI. It's set in Johannesburg. It's nice to have it in somewhere different. It's just awful, brilliant. Set in Johannesburg in the nearish future. 15 years or something. Crime's got the upper hand. So they've got robot police. Dev Patel created the robot police. He works for a big company who the boss is Sigourney Weaver, and there's another man who's invented another robot, that's Hugh Jackman. Ow! I do that every time I hear Hugh Jackman. Ow! He's invented a big menacing robot. Dev Patel's invented these kind of humanoid robots. He's developing an AI. One of the robots gets smashed. He goes to put it in it. The robot gets kidnapped by two gangsters, criminals, who are played by this rap duo, D'Antwoord. And they try to teach him to be a criminal, essentially. Right, so he's like a child. He's coming to life. Hugh Jackman's the baddie, because he wants his robot to succeed. Remind him of anything? If it doesn't, that's the bloody storyline of RoboCop. So, this film is RoboCop meets Short Circuit, really. Oh, let's have a drink. Yeah. Although it's not as good, as I often say when films are a mix of something, it's not as good. Short Circuit's not as good when you go back and watch it now, unfortunately. But it's definitely not as good as RoboCop. So yeah, that's the setup. And it's mainly about the gangsters and Dev Patel trying to bring this child into the world. Now, the focus is Chappie. I am Chappie. And if your focus is a bit annoying, you're in trouble. And Chappie is a bit annoying. He's more than a bit annoying. He's pretty annoying. His movements are a little bit annoying. Like, he's like... and he does this crappy sort of sniff thing, mimicking the gangsters. Once he starts to grow up, he gets really annoying. You go sleepy weepy now! Things like that, where you're just thinking, Jar Jar. He's not quite Jar Jar Binks, but he is annoying. He's an annoying character. The way he moves annoys me. The way he speaks annoys me. Why did humans do that? Just, that is shit. Okay, that's shit. Watch the tests, that's shit. So it goes along, yeah, the script is childish, I'll be honest. It's 14-year-old stuff. There are the obvious scenes, the slow-mo, like, no! All, you know, they seem to happen quite often. And they're often with people you don't really care about. The pacing of it's all wrong. It just goes along, lots of events happen. Like, it seems to be in a rush. Although every scene is paced, like every event is the same time away from the one before, and which feels awkward. You notice it when you're watching a film like that. You're just thinking, why is this uncomfortable? Why do I feel rushed? And Rush was a bit like that, actually. Funny enough. Yeah, so the pacing doesn't work. The script is it's just fanboyish, you know. It's like what every 15-year-old would put in the film. How could you do that? He's just a child. It's just, yeah, whatever, corny crap. And so those things don't work. The characters, Hugh Jackman's playing this villain that's just funny. I don't know what he's having a good time, which is kind of amusing. But he's really crap. He's just this dumb villain. I'll get you guys. Yeah. You know, it's just not good enough. It's hard to make Sigourney Weaver look bad. And she looks bad in her scenes. She looks like she's a fifth-rate actress, and she's one of the greatest actresses of all. So yeah, so that's how bad the script is, because you can't polish a turd. So it doesn't work very well, unfortunately. It's easy on the eye. It's easy on the eye. It's quite easy on the ear. It's nice to hear different accents. There's an amusing thing. There's this big ape-like baddie who the gangsters are running from. He's the king gangster, and his accent's only just slightly worse than the main guy, and yet they put subtitles up for him, and I was just going, "What? He's speaking in English? Why have they got subtitles?" And you find yourself reading the subtitles and get, I don't need to. I can understand what he says. That's obviously for the American markets or international markets, I guess. So yeah. Dev Patel was alright in this, but again, nobody comes out of it too well with a bad script and an annoying central character. It is, unfortunately, for Neil Blomkamp, another downward turn. I think Elysium was better than this, and that wasn't that well received. I didn't get the glue to stick this to the butt, so it's a stool. It's a stool, a nice handheld stool. Anyone, woohoo! And it's a borderline, you know, it could be a load share, but I had to think at the end, I thought, nah, I don't particularly want to see this film or any clips of it ever again. So that has to be pretty stooly, doesn't it? It's a stinker. So yeah, that's Chappie. Don't bother with it. Now, that brings me on. I'm going to do a bit of recycled movie news and mix it in with classics from the attic. Now, Neil Blomkamp, who I was just talking about, he, as I told you a couple of weeks ago, he is on board, pretty much on board, to do the latest Alien film. Now, this is a continuation of the Ripley storyline, not the Prometheus Ridley Scott ones that are going on. And he's kind of in the bag for doing this. With this film, Chappie's pretty much tanking everywhere, so he might not get the keys. But I've heard Sigourney Weaver talk, and she says she's been talking with him and stuff, and he's got these good ideas. But I know the rumour is that some of these ideas are that they are going to forget Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. Now, I will be a bit angry about this. Yes, Alien and Aliens are the best two. Yes, in Alien 3, it's kind of awkward that Newt and Hicks, spoiler, get killed at the beginning, because they were built up into such nice characters. But this week's classic is Alien 3, because this film needs some fucking love. This is the extended cut, and I urge you to seek this out if you haven't seen it for a long time. It's a different film than the original cut. It's a bit longer, probably 20 minutes longer, maybe half an hour. Oh, I can tell you, it is half an hour longer. It's directed by David Fincher, and although David Fincher doesn't like it, even he's wrong. and nobody can have a go at a David Fincher film. So the fact that they're thinking to cut this one out, I just find it silly. I mean, yeah, it's not that... critics don't seem to like it that much. But watch it again. It's a bloody good film. Brian Glover's brilliant. This is the one where they go to the prison planet. Brian Glover's amazing as the prison guard. Charles Dance is fantastic. It's mostly an English cast. The setting, the monastic setting, is brilliant. There's all sorts of depth in there and twisted stuff. Charles S. Dutton, who plays the black guy, the leader, the monk leader, he's just really, really good. Well, I ain't never been much for begging. It's terrific. There are loads of good scenes in this film. I really, really like it. Perhaps the effects are slightly dodgy with the alien creature. But I just think it's a shame that they're talking that way. Don't cut out Alien 3. Try something else. I just think it's weird. I mean, they can do what they want, but they can also sod off, because it probably won't be very good anyway. If it's Blomkamp's next film, it might be even worse. So, yeah. Sod off, Fox. Oh, you can bin Alien Resurrection, though, because that is shit. Right, that's the classic. Oh yeah! I was going to moan. I'm going to continue to moan. I am going to moan. That 2015 is gradually turning into a turkey. We had those brilliant openers, Ex Machina, Whiplash, and Birdman, and Most Violent Year. And now it's gone to shit. It's turned into poo. So thank goodness for the drip feed from 2014. The first one I'm going to talk about is Enemy. And that is a film what Denis Villeneuve has made. So, Denis Villeneuve, he directed the film Prisoners as well, which I thought was very good, a little bit grim for multiple viewings, but a good, tense film, and decently acted. Jake Gyllenhaal's in that. Jake Gyllenhaal is in this, Enemy. Playing himself, or not playing himself, playing a character, but also a doppelganger. The premise is fantastic. Let's just talk about the premise. He is a history professor, and this guy says to him, "Oh, do you like movies?" And he says, "No, not much." He says, "Well, you should watch this film, blah, 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 whatever it is." So he watches this film, and then in one of the scenes in the background, he sees himself, his own self, with his exact face, playing a part in this film. And so he starts to investigate, and he finds his doppelganger. And it isn't someone who looks like him, it is the same person. They have the same features, not the same personalities, but they both have a scar, and it is him. And you're just starting to get creeped out. And you're creeped out anyway, because Denis Villeneuve has done this brilliant job on this film. It's kind of shot in this anemic yellow, sickly hue, and with very spacious photography, which makes it feel it feels quite European. It makes it feel quite 70s. I know I'm always banging on about the 70s, but it makes it feel odd, very odd. And Villeneuve, as a star, he does this brilliant thing, which I don't see many people do. He loves to have a building or someone in focus and do this very slow zoom either towards or over the top of it. And it's all throughout this film, and it gives this brilliant perception that you are just lurking towards something very slowly. And you are, because he starts to interact with this doppelganger. He turns out not to be a nice person. They both one's got a wife, one's got a girlfriend. He's always having these dreams about monsters and things. And it just goes on from there. And it just gets weirder and weirder. It's always weird. Jake Gyllenhaal is brilliant in this. He's one of those people who I now think, what's Jake Gyllenhaal doing next? Because he's really, really good. He's brilliant as both characters. I can't tell you anymore because it's quite story focused, but it's really well shot, really well acted. I loved it. That is Enemy. That's all I'll say about it. I think that's fine, isn't it? And I am saying that is 2 thrones, a very high 2 thrones for Enemy. I really, really enjoyed it, and I would recommend it. It's quite bleak, it's quite dark, but it's very, very cerebral, really interesting, very open to interpretation. Because there's lots of things going on, lots of imagery and another word. But anyway, that's Enemy. Watch that. Thank God as well for Maps to the Stars. The DVDs are just coming through that are saving my bloody film watching week. Maps to the Stars, David Cronenberg film, starring Julianne Moore, John Cusack, Olivia Williams, probably some other more famous people, but I can't think of them. And it's directed by David Cronenberg, who I was never a fan of his horror stuff too much because I'm not a big horror fan, but I like these psychological things that he does. And this is about Julianne Moore, who's this Hollywood star, and it's about Hollywood stars really, and their just disgusting egomania, popping pills, laughing at other people's misfortunes if it makes their career a little bit better, just moaning, just so self-pitying, so self-obsessed. And it's brilliant. Oh, Mia Wasikowska's in it, one of my faves. She plays a girl who turns up, she's a burn victim, and she plays this girl who turns up and becomes Julianne Moore's assistant. But she's connected to this other family. There's this precocious boy star, he's in a programme, he's an absolute arse. I just really enjoyed this. It's very, very black humour, very dark, but just fun watching these psychos be shit to each other. I thought it was a really good laugh. Yeah, and I would urge you to seek it out. I really enjoyed it. I can't think of... There's not much more to say about that, is there? Just that it's a nice, twisted, brilliant, fractured gaze at Hollywood from a man who's worked there and knows what these people are like. It's not like you just think... You want to watch it thinking, oh, this is a movie. You're just thinking, this feels quite real. It's really good. Watch Maps to the Stars. That was from last year as well. You don't have to watch anything else. That's fine. Oh yeah, sorry. That's a Throne, but it's a Max Throne. It's borderline 2 for Maps to the Stars. Really enjoyed that one as well. So the DVD's a Triumph thing. Done me classics. Done me cinemas. Next week, there are 4 releases. So Will the Rot Stop? Will the Rot Stop? With a film called Sweet Francaise, a film called Run All Night with, I've got a very particular set of skills. Old Liam is back with his Taken director. That's Run All Night. What else is there? Still Alice, Julianne Moore, more links, love it. And what's the other one? X plus Y, some film about I'll tell you about it when I see it, won't I? Anyway, it's going to be a few of those. I'll see you soon. I'm going to have this. Good old wine. See you soon. Bye-bye.